pizza. That's what we're having dinner tonight, but not any old pizza. I'm going to make the sauce myself, and we're sort of going carb free at the moment, trying to lose a bit of weight. So we are going to make the bases out of bacon. Done it before, it comes out amazing. So just going through the sauce, I always buy these for the sauce. They're Italian Pomodorino cherry tomatoes. Perfect. I'm just going to put some fresh tomatoes in there as well, some pepper, some salt. I'm going to put 2 chilies, they're not too hot, just to give it a background heat, some garlic. I'm going to roast that pepper off. And I'll do that in a minute as well. And some basil that has been growing in the garden or the greenhouse, so it's quite thick and the leaves are nice. And we're just going to be putting a splash of red wine vinegar and a splash of balsamic vinegar in there. So I'm just going to prep this up and then we'll come back and see what this looks like when it's all been cooked. So there we are, peppers cut in half, and we're just going to put those straight onto a hob, a gas, straight over like that. And we'll just let them char away for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll wrap them in cling film. Or if you have a little time, I've got some little food bags there, put them into a food bag, and then the skins will just brush off with your fingers or a little knife. So there's our peppers, just roasted off. As you can see, they're all nice and black. You just pop them into a bag, and we just leave them in there for about 5 minutes, and then all the black skin you can just brush off. Now here we have the bacon base. So you take a heavy pan or a tray, put a bit of grease-free paper on there, and then you get your bacon slices, which are these are just, there you go. And you start with one across the bottom, and then you just weave it. So you go in and out, over, under, in, out, over, under. And then once you've done that, you then take another piece of parchment paper, take something of the same size, that goes on top, and then you put it into the oven for about 15 minutes. And that keeps it nice and compressed and all the oil comes out, and then you've got a lovely bacon base. So once they're all cooled down a bit now, they've been in there about 5 minutes, and as you can see this black charred outer skin just comes off. And that's going to go into the sauce, or it could go on top of the pizza as it is. What do you fancy, Lisa? Do you want to go into the sauce?
Or do you just want to do a bit of both?
No, do you know what? I'm going to leave all of that, just cut that on the pizza. It'll be one each, won't it?
Really nice, yeah.
Okay, it was going to go in the sauce. That is now just going to be cut up into shreds and put on the pizza at the last moment. There's all that stuff in the pan, garlic and the basil. And everything's, the skins are on there because what I'm going to do when it's all cooked and it'll reduce down, I'm going to sieve it. I've even put the tomato stalks in there because they really, really do taste a lot of tomato, probably more so than tomatoes do. So we just go in there with the little tiny tomatoes, and we want some pepper. Tomatoes can take quite a lot of salt. We don't want too much. If it was a normal base, yes, but we've got bacon. So we'll put that onto the top, and we'll let that simmer away for about 45 minutes. So this one's out of the oven, and it's been in there about 15 minutes. You don't want to overcook it, because if you do, because we've got to cook it again as a base, it'll just go rock hard. So as you can see, I can probably pick that up, yeah. So it's all matted together, and I've just put it between some of this, just to get rid of some of that oil, because there's nowhere for the oil to go, because it's captured between 2 tins. So now you can just leave that on the side, put it in the fridge, and when you're ready to use it, it's better when it's cooled down, just put your toppings on there. So we'll come back and assemble that later. So that's the sauce. It's been on for about 45 minutes now. All the lovely little bits of goodness in there. So we're just going to pass that through a sieve. Get rid of all those seeds, those pips and everything like that. And that'll be our sauce ready to rock and roll on the pizza. So we're not far off from making it now. It's a bit poncy. The thing is, if you zuzz it in a food mixer, it just seems to lead a bit of a bitter taste. I think it must be the pips or the seeds of the tomatoes. I just find that sieving it through like this is much better because you get rid of all that. The skin obviously doesn't go through, and then the outside of the garlic doesn't go through, and then you have little bits and pieces. And you have a really, really nice tomato sauce. It's nice and smooth. Okay, so now is the time to put the pizza together. We're having Lobo al Falco, best wine I've tasted for a very long time. So our tomato sauce, that's going to go on first. A little bit of it might dribble through, but hey ho, who matters? So we'll just take that right to the edges. And as you can see, these are not massively big pizzas. I always tend to find when you have a pizza, what's it going to be? Homemade 12, 15 inches, and you'll eat the lot. And it is the most, pizza is the most calorific of all the takeaways. You can just put the oven back on again. Of all the takeaways you can have, pizza is the most calorific, and the reason why is A, the mozzarella, but it's the dough, it's the carbohydrates in there. But this has got no carb, so we're going to go with that. Then we're going to go with some mushroom. You can do whatever you want, but Lisa just likes it a little bit loaded up, don't you?
I do. Lots of
Do I want
topping,
mushroom?
please.
Yes, I'm going to have mushroom as well. Why not?
Oh, we've got our own individual ones.
We
Can I have mine bigger than yours, please?
Yeah. Right. Next we'll go on with a few tomatoes, just for a little bit of texture. Very nice. Like so. We're having chicken with ours. Oh, we've got some red pepper. That can go on. A little bit on that one. The rest of that can go in the salad actually. And some mozzarella. This isn't buffalo mozzarella, just ordinary Tesco's or where I went to, Morrison's. Because if you buy that buffalo mozzarella, the problem is it's too wet and it just goes everywhere. This the fridge is making a funny noise. That can go on like so. And these are like jalapeno peppers. Give it a little bit of a. There's your father. And then we're going to go with some chicken. So this is a pretty full-on pizza. Boris is just right by my side at the moment. He's had his dinner, but he's just waiting for that little bit of chicken that just might fall off the side.
It's all clean. You had a bath, Boris.
Here we go.
Oh.
Good boy. Well done. Just his second dinner. And on top, we're going to go with a few little pine nuts. Just on top of there. Yummy, yummy. And then what I've got in here is some homemade pesto.
You've got more pine nuts.
Yeah, well, life's a bitch, isn't it? How do you know that's your pizza?
I'm having that one.
All right, okay.
I don't want pesto on mine, please.
You don't want pesto?
No.
Which one are you having?
No, I don't care. Whatever one.
Okay, I'll have that one. I'm just having a little bit of pesto on mine. Lovely jubbly. And the last little thing is a little drizzle of rapeseed oil. And they can go in the oven for about 10 minutes. And we'll see what they look like when they come out. Here we are, out the oven. Onto the board. 2 bacon pizzas. 0 carbs. Shitloads of fat in there, but hey ho. But carbs is the king if you want to try and lose weight. Cut the carbs out and you will lose weight. Which I've proven so far. I've lost 5 pounds in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 days. So I'm pretty happy with that. So there we are. 2 little tiny keto-free pizzas, fully loaded with salad and sweet corn as well.
Salad over there.
Right, let's go.